Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, you gonna mute, Gary? Am I in the shot? No, I haven't given her the thumbs up, but look at camera 6. Oh, you're in the shot. My spike's gone. Our live streaming experience. We're so glad to have you joining us tonight. We have one special show coming up, so we can't wait, and so thankful that you're here with us tonight. Our loyal supporters helped us raise over $25,000 to install a state-of-the-art live streaming system here at the Spire Center. We are so sincerely thankful to all of our supporters, and thank you from all of us here at the Spire Center. Also, another thank you to our production staff tonight. Gary Sholin on audio, Woody Bavoda on lighting, and Dot McDonough on the broadcast. We are so excited to have our friend back here on the Spire Center stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hayley Reardon.
Thank you, Kevin.
I was just a kid back then, but I didn't fall in love like one. I was just the morning's friend, trying to make a way for the sun. I was just a flower child, digging in the dirt all day, hoping that I just might grow, growing up to be okay. Over, under, breathe in thunder. I am not myself. I won't forget me like I forget everything. Now it's the way it goes. Every time you hold my hand, I can feel the burning stars just above a breaking man. Oh, when you're breaking heart, it's hard to make a clear-cut blame. But don't you know the broken break and the breakers stay the same. Over, under, breathe in thunder. I am not myself. I won't forget me like I forget everything. Now myself, now myself, now myself. Over, under, breathe in thunder. I am not myself. Run for cover, hold each other. No one's getting out. I won't forget me like I forget. I won't forget me like I forget. I won't forget me like I forget. I won't forget me like I forget.
There we go. That's where the applause would be. Hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is my second time standing on a stage in a year. So it feels good. Even if there's no people, or 3 people, it feels good to be up here. I'm going to do a song that is the title track of an EP I have coming out soon, soonish. The EP is called 100 Little Lives, and this song's called After You. That's taken from a lyric in this song that says, I'm grieving 100 little lives for every season. And I wrote this long before 2020, but that line means more and more all the time now. It's called After You. Gary, I'm not getting any vocal in my monitor. I dream. There it is. Thank you so much. I dreamed that you were blind and I went walking, looking for the light, but then I lost it, trying to bring the right thing home to you. And I see now that nothing is a waste until it runs out. I built myself a castle just to climb down and rifle through the fragments of my youth. And I've got everything I have ever felt lined up in pretty little bottles, one way in and one way out. My love, it's gonna be a while till I know who I am again after you. After you. So I wake here, floating on a cloud above the last year. And I can see the moon now as the fog clears. The stars were burning, we just looked away. And I'm grieving 100 little lives for every season. And you have parts of me that I don't need. And though I tried, I could not fight the change. I've got everything I've ever felt lined up in pretty little bottles, one way in and one way out. My love, it's gonna be a while till I know who I am again. Oh, and nothing much has changed except some blinding revelations. I am holding out my hands. A fickle heart requires patience, I know. And I'm on my way again after you. After you. Thank you so much to the Spire Center for having me back. The last time I was here was, I don't know, we haven't figured it out. Before 2018, Kevin said. Sometime in the before times. And this place is so special and always has been, but your ability to adapt and make a show happen and feel just as special, and the attention to detail you've put into this night alone is so amazing. I'm so thankful that places like this exist and continue to exist even after the year we've had. So thank you guys so much. This is a song called Would You Wait? And I'm wearing a belt now, so you get a little extra percussion as my guitar whacks against my belt buckle. You didn't see that one coming, Gary.
I decided I don't need to be different, I just need to be okay. I could tell you everywhere I'm running as I sit here in my place. I could come along fine, given that you're lenient when I change my mind. Oh, and it's the time, only the time that I'm not counting that counts as mine. Ooh, and would you wait for me? Would you wait? Because I'm gonna be everything I never seem to find the time to be. If you wait, and if you wait, I'm begging, trying to tell you that my head is like a city some days. And only when we're laying in our whispers do I start to hear the street noise fade. And I could come along fine, given that you're lenient when I change my mind. Oh, and it's the time, only the time that I'm not counting that counts as mine. Ooh, and would you wait for me? Would you wait? 'Cause I'm gonna be everything I never seem to find the time to be. If you wait, and I'm slowing down. Not my first time coming back around. I guess I know how. Now would you wait? Would you wait for me? Would you wait? 'Cause I'm gonna be everything I never seem to find the time to be. If you wait. Cause I know my mind, it's all in time. Got somebody I'm said to be. But you wait, honey, will you wait? Honey, will you wait for me? Honey, will you wait? Honey, will you wait for me?
It feels weird and presumptuous to say thank you when there's imagined clapping, but it's ingrained in me. So no, I wasn't singing. Oh God, I was speaking to the virtual people. Okay, thank you. When I was about 10 years old, I discovered the magic of the answering machine back when my family still had a home phone. I realized one day that you can actually set that message that people hear when they call to leave you a message. And I became obsessed with it. And I decided that I should create this little weekly questionnaire for anyone who happened to call our family home phone. So I would change it once a week, and I would say, "Hello, you've reached the Reardon family. Please leave a message and include your favorite color. Hello, you've reached the Reardon family. Please leave a message and include your favorite singer." And it went on and on and on for weeks. My poor mom had to warn all her friends that Hayley had a new project. One of many over the years. But one week during the answering machine phase, my grandmother called, and she left her message, and then at the end she said, "Oh, and Patsy Cline." Because the question, of course, was, who's your favorite singer? And my grandmother loved Patsy Cline. And I'd never heard of Patsy Cline at the time, but I remember going over to her house. She lived right next door, and she pulled out her records, and she played me "I Fall to Pieces." And she told me about how when she was a teenager, she would get all dolled up for the local YMCA dances. And she'd make sure and get there 20 minutes early and be alone in this big empty ballroom with the DJ, just so that she could request that song. So she could dance with a boy to a slow song in her best dress. I never forgot that story. And then years went by, and 3 summers ago, I ended up helping to take care of my grandmother when she had really bad dementia and no longer had any idea what planet she was on or who any of us were. And I tried everything, and the only thing that would bring her back to the moment was when I put on Patsy Cline. She would say, "That voice, I know that voice." And for a second, she was with us again. So I wrote this song about those very, very long days I spent trying to remind my grandmother of her own life. And it's called 200 Years Old.
There's a painting I almost bought you on the island that I ran away to. It was a lady in simple cotton, and her eyes looked like mine, 10 years forgotten. And I said, "Don't I know how it hurts to feel 200 years old?" Now when my grandma lost her mind, well, you put her in the car, and I put on Patsy Cline, and we drove like we were happy, like we couldn't feel a thing, like I wouldn't die to hear her sing. And don't I know how it hurts to feel 200 years old, how a life can get hot and burn to be told, how it hurts to be held and it's worse just to hold, how it hurts to feel 200 years old, how it hurts, how it hurts, how it hurts. Don't I know?
Thank you. Thanks, Gary. Kevin told me that that some of my European friends are tuning in. So thank you so much for staying up so late. I appreciate you, and I admire your bedtime stamina. This will be it'll stay on YouTube after tonight too. So if you need to go to bed, or if you want to send it to somebody, it will be there. This is song is called Forgiveness.
Oh, Mother Earth, why did you marry Father Time? Was it him who drew the line in the sand? Oh, Father, Father, there is dust in my hands, there is sleep in my mouth, and wildfire on my land. But you can't ask the mother of a mother of a mother of a mother for forgiveness. Forgiveness, you can't ask the mother of a mother of a mother of a mother for forgiveness. Forgiveness. You were born by a lady with a burden in her eyes. Is there always a disguise for the reason we can only set so many people free? You can't ask the mother of a mother of a mother of a mother for forgiveness. Forgiveness, you can't ask the mother of a mother of a mother of a mother for forgiveness. Oh, 'cause history repeats itself, and if you run, she will chase you down. You can't. Can't ask the mother of a mother of a mother of a mother for forgiveness. Forgiveness. Oh, Mother Earth, why did you marry Father Time? Was it him who drew the line in the sand?
Okay, I'm gonna play a few unrecorded songs for my people that tune into all these and hear me tell the same stories and play the same songs. This is for you. This one is called Bleed Together.
I keep telling myself to put it all in a song. It's a lot cleaner than calling. And I'm still telling myself that I can't get it wrong. It's all just dust spinning and falling. And I used to pray to your dad. I don't think I ever told you that. And when we slept beside each other, our dreams would bleed together. I've been thinking about everything I shoved down, everything that I left unspoken. But I guess you figured it out, 'cause I left it to you to decipher what I couldn't bear to. And I used to pray to your dad. I don't think I ever told you that. And when we slept beside each other, our dreams would bleed together. Is there a little room inside of you on everything, a nosebleed seat. And I don't need to fill a stadium, just a single chair to know that everything that burns in me will burn in you somewhere. And I used to pray to your dad. I don't think I ever told you that. And when we slept beside each other, all our dreams would bleed together. Our dreams would bleed together. Oh, our dreams would bleed together.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. This one's called Something's Gonna... Oh my God, I don't know why I just said it like that. It's called Something's Gonna Hurt. Yikes. Yeah, this is another, not new, but not really in my normal, repertoire.
I played all my games in the dark, with my head on fire, speeding car, till I found someone too in love to tell. And we poured chlorine in the wishing well, and now I'm looking out as the evidence washes ashore. The only thing I hear is the dissonance of an abandoned war. And something's gonna hurt now, and something's gonna hurt later. I did us a favor. It's finally out of my mouth. All that's left is space, and I won't give it away yet. In the strangeness of a different town, well, it took all of me to turn around, and suddenly I'm desperate to preserve some sacred thing that lives beyond the words. And I am holding hands with the cavalry that ravaged my brain, to think I was immune to the mysteries of spinning in space. Something's gonna hurt now, and something's gonna hurt later. I did myself a favor. It's finally out of my mouth. All that's left is space, and I won't give it away yet.
Thank you. I put out an EP in 2019 called Where I Know You. there was a collection of story songs, of songs that were inspired by other people's stories, people in my life, that I felt a privilege to get to share and kind of a responsibility to share because they had meant so much to me. I'm going to play you one of those songs off that EP, my little concept EP. This one is called Bethany, and I wrote it for my mom's best friend, Beth, who is the realest and truest hippie I've ever known. Probably ever will know. She's the real deal. And for as long as I can remember, she's been telling me these stories about her wilder, younger days, living out of a school bus in Santa Barbara in the 70s. And all of these sort of very cinematic, romantic images and stories from that time. And the minute I learned to play the guitar, she started asking me to play her this Joni Mitchell song. Of course she loves Joni Mitchell, and she would always ask if I could play her this song called Blonde in the Bleachers off her album For the Roses. And Beth herself is this little tiny blonde lady. She's my height, and she still has this long blonde hair. So to me, Beth is the Blonde in the Bleachers. And when I hear that song, I think of her. It's like her little hippie anthem. But unfortunately, I never learned that song for her. I love Joni, but she can get a bit out of my league at times, musically. But instead, I wrote Beth her own song, kind of stringing together some of those stories that she shared with me over the years, making a little narrative around it. So this is for her, and it's called Bethany.
Bethany is 5 foot, with hair down to her knees, and she carries the guitar of a boy she loves but never sees. And she'll follow him to Santa Barbara, but she is just 19, with some money from her father, a man she loves but never sees. She is lost in the records, singing blind in the bleachers. She's free, but she's tired already. So she lived out of a school bus parked in some old lady's yard, and to this day she'll thank the 70s and the California stars. But at night she still got lonely, and the boy with the guitar couldn't give a damn about it, and she still held him in her heart. And she is lost in the records, singing blind in the bleachers. She's free, but freedom never comes easy, and love it never comes freely. Just ask Bethany. Boy with the guitar became a man with a full band, and he left her with a baby, chose the road over a family. So Bethany, she left there for a farm out in the country, raised a little girl up wild with the horses and the daisies. And she is lost in the records, singing blind in the bleachers. She's free, but freedom never comes easy, and love it never comes freely. Just ask Bethany.
I'm not like reading my text, I'm checking the time, but I'm blind as a bat and don't have my glasses on. Just little behind the scenes information for you. Okay. Me bantering with no audience is funny. Rough. Okay. When I was, I'm back to my childhood story hour, I'm sorry. But when I was little, I'm still little, I'll always be little. When I was young, I used to go to my grandfather's house, my grandparents, my grandmother and my grandfather's house, every day after school. They were my after-school program. And it was free, so that worked out well for my parents. But my grandfather really did treat it as such. To him, it was a program. And he was a firefighter and a real patriot, and he loved to sing. And so he decided that a good activity for us every day would be to learn all of the American patriotic songs, front to back, every lyric, even the deep verses that no one's ever heard of. And so that's what we would do together. I would come home from school, and I would take off my backpack and have a snack, and he would say, "Grand Old Flag from the top." And we would just sing these songs for hours and hours. It's my earliest memories of singing. And so they come to me at random times now and remind me of him. And a few years ago, and I think it was 2017, so life was weird, but it wasn't quite as weird as what was to come. I was living in Nashville, and you know who was president, and I was sitting in my living room one day, and the song America the Beautiful popped into my head. A song I've obviously heard a million times, but all of a sudden the lyrics, that line itself, America the Beautiful, had such weight and poignancy to them, and kind of hit me in this whole new way. So I picked up my guitar and decided to take a little creative liberty and sort of rewrote it in light of current times. And for the song Police, this is a very, very, very old song written by a lady from Massachusetts, actually. So it's in the public domain, and I'm allowed to take it apart and rewrite it. So this is my updated version of America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, amber waves of grain, for country stores and dive bars, where everybody knows your name. And for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain, for the woman reading to a child on a crowded city subway. For the black lives that matter more than they'll ever know. And for the grown man who's crying, where, oh, where did my life go? Oh, America the beautiful, America the heartbreak, America the prideful, still yearning despite her mistakes. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, 'cause it should be enough to tell the truth and kiss your kids goodnight. Oh, America the beautiful, America the hungry, America the city kids and the immigrants and the hurt and the lost and the free. From sea to shining sea. America the beautiful. God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Okay, I'm gonna be very brave and try a new song that I had to go back and watch videos of myself playing to relearn how to play today. But I'm gonna try it for you. This song is called Alive, and I wrote it in the heat of quarantine. And then, by the stars aligning, went on to remotely collaborate with these amazing musicians and creative people in Barcelona. So there's this beautiful version of the song that I'm going to put out at some point that has a little Spanish flair, and I'm so excited about. But in the meantime, you can hear me fumble through it. It's called Alive.
You said, take it, it's yours, like there is such a thing, like the world doesn't hang from an ownerless string. So I open my hands and I give it all back again. And dare I ask if falling in love is a thing of the past? The higher the stakes, the sweeter the task. 'Cause here in the night, just one single song will put a bird into flight. There is nothing left to be but alive. The streets in my little town, the shadows they move through each little house. How simple it must seem from above looking down. And dare I ask if falling in love is a thing of the past? The higher the stakes, the sweeter the task. 'Cause here in the night, just one single song will put a bird into flight. There is nothing left to be but alive. Ooh.
Sorry. I was saying earlier, it's so funny how I forget like all the things, like just the way I stand on a stage, or like my facial perception. I had my glasses on earlier and I was whacking my glasses on the mic because I just haven't had my face in front of a microphone in so long. But it's good to be back, even if I'm a clumsy mess about it. It's really good to be back. This is a little a love song to my home state of Massachusetts. I wrote maybe almost 5 years ago now, when I was 4 years ago. I don't know. When I was starting college 5 years ago, I went to school initially in Nashville and was very far from home, and would sit in my room and write what I now refer to as my dorm room originals, which were just very sad songs about missing home. And this is one of those.
I miss Massachusetts, and I wish I still felt foolish when I say that I would come back home for you. But baby, I would come back home for you. And I miss being lonely, 'cause before I let you hold me, I had no idea how much I had to lose. But baby, I would come back home for you. And I'm a swelling ocean, you are often warm like sand. And I know you love my dreams, but you're the best of all my plans. And ooh, and I miss that shitty car I swore I hated you for buying. And when winter comes, I hope that she pulls through. But baby, I would come back home for you. And I miss laying awake, dreaming how love might look one day, till I learn dreams will make you work when they come true. Baby, I would come back home for you. And I'm a swelling ocean, you are often warm like sand. And I know you love my dreams, but you're the best of all my plans. And ooh, and I know you never ask me to. But baby, I would come back, I would come back all the way back. Baby, I would come back home for you. 'Cause I know I'm a swelling ocean, you are often warm like sand. And I know you love my dreams, but you're the best of all my plans. And ooh, maybe I would come back home for you. Baby, I would come back home for you.
Thanks, guys. Cool. All right, I'm gonna play a few more songs. I'm gonna do have another brave moment here, and try a cover song by a Spanish artist named Judith Netterman that I am her biggest fan. And this song has been so special to me over the past year, especially how intense the past year has been. I just felt such a connection to the song, and I finally sort of figured out how to sing it. It's in Catalan, and some of my friend over there helped me kind of get the pronunciation right, but you're not going to know the difference, so I'm going to try it. This is called Vinc d'un Poble.
Vinc d'un poble vora el mar, cabañas dels amors en una platja sense arena. Bé, d'allà tothom a somriu, d'allà tothom sempre hi diu que el sol cura la pena. Au, carrer del Carme, au, un feliu que per Nadal sempre ens escriu algun poema. Amagats al passeig dels pins, amants de tan sols 15 anys, no han tingut temps d'aprendre. I sempre torna al mar, allà puc respirar. I sento que la sal m'abraça allà, purifica la pell. Vinc d'un poble vora el mar. Vinc d'un poble vora el mar. I sento tornar al mar, allà puc respirar. I sento que la sal m'abraça allà, purifica la pell. Vinc d'un poble vora el mar. Vinc d'un poble vora el mar.
Thank you. It's less scary to try songs I'm not really sure about when there's no people here. Every time I try and learn a song in a different language, I should come back and play it at the Spire Center to a room of no physical body. Alrighty. Okay. I put my cute bow. I'm gonna do a couple more songs. In 2019, I keep wanting to say last year, but it was 2019, I spent basically half the year on and off on tour in Europe, all over Europe. And it was so impactful for me, not only as a touring artist, but just as a human being trying to figure out who I want to be in the world. It was like just opened my eyes in so many ways and was such an important experience in my life thus far. And at the end of one of those long tours, I had this one drive where I was alone. I was driving from Zurich to Munich, and it was probably the first time I'd been alone in like 40 days. And it was really early in the morning, and I had this time. I almost didn't know what to do with myself, that I was on my own for the first time. And I went to pick up the phone and call my mom, of course. And then I thought, she's asleep. And all of a sudden, this whole first half of this song kind of just came out of me. I wrote the whole first half. And I knew there was something I was trying to say or like formulate about what that experience meant to me, but I couldn't figure it out for months and months and months after that. And I just tabled it, and then COVID happened and quarantine happened, and I had all this time to sort of process the year prior and all the things that had happened and the people I'd met. And I finally figured out what the song wanted to be about and finished that little bit I wrote on my drive to Munich. So my friend Ryan O'Reilly, who's a wonderful British singer-songwriter who lives in Berlin, helped me with this one. Write it, and it's called The Little Sadness.
On the long ride to Munich, I was glad to be alone. I saw the future like a blanket on the foggy mountain roads. When it was too late to go back and too early to call home, I said, everyone I love is asleep out there, and I've got all of this new life I've got to put somewhere. I've got to put somewhere. Ooh. A man whose name I can't pronounce and a waitress he'd once loved took me dancing in a part of town that they were both fond of. When it was too late to go back and too early to call home, I thought everyone they love is asleep out there. I'm just passing through on my way somewhere, on my way somewhere. And here comes the little sadness. Here comes the little sadness again. 'Cause you can't take it with you, but for a moment I'll pretend. But you can't take it with you in the end. On the night of some election, we were walking in the park. It was dusk and there were people out, guns strapped upon the guards. I was noticed by some strangers as they waited for the train. Someone was talking about America and asked me to explain. And I said, everyone I love is asleep out there. And I forgot I have a life of my own somewhere, of my own somewhere. And here comes the little sadness. Here comes the little sadness again. Like a story I won't tell you, like a letter I can't send. 'Cause you can't take it with you in the end. No, you can't take it with you in the end.
Thank you. I'm going to play, sorry, I'm off the mic. I'm going to play one more song for you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to the Spire Center, Gary and Kevin and Woody and the whole crew downstairs, everyone doing the film. Yeah, I'm so thankful to be able to play, to have a way to play and get music to people with a real setup. So thank you so much for having me. And thank you to everyone for tuning in. And yeah, feel free to share the share the link because the show will stay up there. Yes, and it is a donation show. If you would like to make it, it's a free show. But if you'd like to make a donation, the Spire Center and I split the proceeds there. So the info should be on the somewhere around me right now as you're looking at me. I feel like a YouTuber. Click the link. I'm going to end on this song called Good. There's a line in East of Eden by John Steinbeck that says, now that you don't have to be perfect, you can be good. And I wrote this song with that line in mind. Also, P.S. This is horrible artist promotion because I didn't even play the song tonight, but I do have a song coming out on Friday for my people watching. So you can pre-save that. I don't know where the link is. Never mind, forget that. But yeah, I have a song coming out Friday, so look for that. It's called Child of a Giver. And I didn't even play it. All right, here we go. This is good. Thank you so much.
Said you drive all the way 'cause you want to, not 'cause the drive don't bother you. I just said thank you. And I watch you fold your neighbor's laundry like you sold it yourself. And maybe I'll wonder why you want me when I'm still in my shell. But people do crazy things, try everything to be who they think they should, but you do it 'cause you're good, good, good. 'Cause you're good, good, good. And for everyone you meet, you've got a question, and you remember what everyone says. I remember we were driving in Westland, you were holding my hand to your head. People do crazy things just to be who they think they should, but you do it 'cause you're good, good, good. 'Cause you're good. Tastes like you've been smoking something when you're hard to get a hold of, quick to say you might love. Even if you don't love me, I know you're good. I know you're good, good, good. 'Cause people do crazy things, try everything to be who they think they should, but you do it 'cause you're good, good, good. You do it 'cause you're good, good, good. Don't let nobody tell you you aren't good. Good, good. Good, you are.
Thank you. Thanks for listening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. Hayley Reardon here on the Spire Center stage, live from the Spire. We're so thankful to have you here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And another special thank you to the Live from the Spire presenting sponsor, Eastern Bank. This event could not have been possible, and the whole series could not have been possible without Eastern Bank. So thank you very much. And again, thank to you, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. And as Hayley said, donations are accepted in the Spire Center, and Hayley are splitting all proceeds tonight, 50-50. So be sure to donate as generously as possible if you can. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause at home. Drop a comment, drop a like. Ladies and gentlemen, Hayley Reardon. Thank you, enjoy, and we'll be tuning back in here at the Spire Center. Make sure you check in for all the latest updates. Have a great night.